Hi, this is Katie, and thank you for joining me on the My Senses, My Space podcast. And today I wanted to talk about the sense of accomplishment. And I have talked about completing things and focusing on tasks and planning around your energy and those type of things. But there's something kind of unique to feeling accomplished. Because sometimes those things aren't planned. Sometimes it's just getting through your day to day. Sometimes it's experiencing milestones. But then also feeling those milestones, and maybe they don't actually feel how you expected them to feel. So I talk about that because I have, in this podcast series, coming up on 100 episodes, excluding the trailer. And I remember starting this, I've done this all in 1 year because I do 3 a week. And for 75% of them, up maybe until about episode 70s, I was just like, yeah, this fits into my schedule. And then it started becoming harder. And my life changed. I had some health issues that I was dealing with, and I had less energy, and I was losing some of my creativity just because I was dealing with other things in my life. And creativity comes and goes. There's times where you do feel super inspired and times you don't. But I'm kind of reflecting upon why has it been so hard as I come up to this really big milestone. And how will I feel after I hit that number? Does it really have this feeling of accomplishment or not? I think, I'll feel good about it, but I'm also just looking at it as a number. I'm also looking at just this collection of podcasts as something that was really near and dear to my heart. It was something that has been so therapeutic to share with everybody, to say what's on my mind, to pour my feelings out and share my perspective and experience through life. So the goal was never to get to a certain number. And yet I can still celebrate that I hung in there and I didn't give up and I'm still going. But I also feel like it's more of a giant pause point than wow, look what I did. And that's okay, right? That can be an accomplishment without all the fanfare of just saying, wow, look what I did. It's a number. And I feel the same with a lot of social media stuff and numbers there. It's those are numbers, but they don't actually reflect exactly what's going on behind the scenes. And I think a lot of people on social media will say that too. It's they hit these numbers, but it doesn't mean someone is doing better than someone else. It doesn't mean that money pouring in was the answer to their problems. It doesn't mean that they're fully satisfied in what they're doing. So what does accomplishment look like? And I believe in every case, it totally depends on the project and the circumstance and the goals of the person trying to accomplish them. It's so individual. Yet we can also take the tiniest thing and feel so accomplished when we get past that point. So it could be that sharing a really sweet moment with someone, or going on a trip with a few loved ones, one single loved one, a few, and just having that as marking an accomplishment of hey, I've gotten this far and I want to celebrate that. It can be because you got a really good grade on a test that you were taking, or that you were able to straighten out something with billing for some health thing, really those can be highly celebrated as well, because those can be really hard to get through. So what does accomplishment mean to you? Does it mean that you're changing something? It could be that you were had a habit that you wanted to change. Maybe it's therapy and getting healing. Maybe it's looking at family dynamics in a different way. Maybe it's just growing as a human being. And what does it mean to be, oh, I accomplished being a human being? There isn't. It's a series of like small stepping stones. We're going up a mountain and we can just take that one next step. And sometimes we don't know when the top of the mountain will occur, or even if we ever get to the top. Maybe it's just a series of small hills we're traversing up and down, up and down. Such is life, right? And what do we do when we have these like unexpected storms come at us? What do we do when we're like, wow, this seems like all too much? And then 6 months from now, you look back and go, wow, I'm so thankful I accomplished getting past all of that. Like it could have broken me. It could have like really hurt my soul. And I kept pushing. I kept going forward. I took one step and then one step and one step that was in the bandwidth that I could handle. And you can get past that. So, I'm just, I'm having like just kind of a visceral reaction to like accomplishment. And is it that breath that you can take after you get past it? Is it like a pure celebration with other people? Like, hey, I just graduated from this and, I get to now move on to a new season of my life. So I think there's many, many ways to mark accomplishments, but it's really ultimately how you feel deep down about how you define accomplishment. And the more celebrations I think that one can have over their accomplishments, I think the better. Not giant parties, but just really moments to just say, thank you. You were awesome. Look what you did. Look behind you. Look behind you and see what you actually made happen, because you accomplished it. So thank you for joining me on the My Senses, My Space podcast.